Hi, I'm Christy Whitman, author of The Art of Having It All, and you're watching The Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And in this episode, we're going to explore creating from the inside out. Creating the understanding that our beliefs filter the way we experience reality gives us a really important clue to the hidden mechanism that governs creation. That everything we experience in the external manifested world is a direct reflection of what we're experiencing within in the internal world of our perception. Life is a dance between our inner and outer, between the spiritual and the material, between energy and matter. This is because as human beings, we exist on multiple dimensions simultaneously. There's a part of us that's tangible and manifested, the part that exists in the physical form, that interacts with other forms, that takes the physical concrete action. The underlying the physical aspect of us is our non-physical essence, the inner realm where our thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, desires, and emotions are formed. That's always present, whether we're at rest or in motion, and whether we are awake or asleep. The broader, non-physical aspect of ourselves breathes life into the physical, and the physical aspect of us is a visible outpicturing of the dimension that is non-physical. Both the realms of our existence are inseparable in the same way that the front of your hand is inseparable from the back of your hand. We now know, both from physics and modern science, as well as timeless wisdom, that energy, not matter, is the basis of everything that exists in the universe. Even things that appear to our senses as solid matter, like rocks, mountains, trees, that spare tire that sometimes mysteriously appears across the midsection, they're made up entirely of energy. In fact, it's been said that only 4% of our being manifests as material form, while 96% of us exist as pure, unmanifested, energetic potential, formless, malleable, and intangible. So in the words of the 20th century French philosopher Chardin, we are not human beings who are having occasional spiritual experiences. We are spiritual beings having an occasional human experience. We may identify ourselves with our bodies, but our bodies represent only the tip of the metaphoric iceberg of the whole being that we are truly. We are pure, unbounded consciousness that is temporarily focused right here, right now, in these bodies with these unique set of experiences and for the span of our particular lifetime. Look into the eyes of a newborn baby, and you'll see as human beings, we really are comprised far more of the consciousness that we are matter. We are born into the world innocent, trusting, and completely devoid of preconceptions or limiting beliefs. The people and the things that exist around us occur to us as extensions of ourselves. After all, the moment we express a need, someone or something usually comes along to meet it. In our natural state, we experience and express the full range of our human emotions without restriction, pretense, or even a shred of self-consciousness. As babies, the question of whether we are worthy or of love or that having our needs met doesn't even exist. We come in hardwired with the knowledge that the world is abundant and that we too are abundant and that we are, of course, deserving of having all of our desires fulfilled. We don't hesitate to voice our discontent when our needs are not getting met, and we certainly don't pretend to be happy when we're not. Before we're taught to seek approval and validation outside of ourselves, we inherently understand that the inner world of our own thoughts and feelings and perceptions and desires, not the external world of people, things, and possessions, is primary to our well-being. The way we feel is far more important to us than what we have, what we have to do, or how we look. And then, somewhere around the time of our first or second birthday, language infiltrates our world, giving definition and form to what was previously formless and undefined. From our parents and other elders, we are given distinctions about the objects that exist around us. This is a chair, this is blue. And then we're given distinctions about who we are and how we should behave. Your mama's good girl, wait, bye-bye to daddy. Suddenly the world is no longer a natural extension of ourselves, which we are free to interact with and play with and create with, but a material, external reality that we must learn to manipulate in order to get our needs met. The world now exists out there while we exist in here, and the experience that we crave, such as happiness and contentment and joy, love, and freedom are seen as originated from sources outside of ourselves. And these must seek, we must seek that and possess that approval in order to attain it. To effect a change in the way we feel inside, we're taught we must effect a change in the world around us. If ever we have an inner sense of feeling, maybe frustrated, unhappy, or discontent, we look to others outside of ourselves, and we carry it into our adulthood. What I need is a new boyfriend, we decide, and then I'll be happy. Or if I only made more money, or had a baby, or lost 10 pounds, or had a second home where I could be near the water. This original fallacy in our thinking, this outside-in approach to happiness, sets us on a lifelong journey towards, really this destination that can never be reached. Anytime we're looking outside of ourselves for something that can only be generated from within, such as approval and recognition, acceptance and love, we're coming from a mindset of lack, and nothing will ever be enough to fill that void. The new lover might initially do the trick for a while, but then suddenly he isn't showing up the way that he once did, and then he becomes not enough. Or the success we thought for sure would finally prove that we're deserving of love ends up occurring like, well, now what? Even big goals that we've had for a long time often don't bring us the fulfillment that they thought we would. Ever since the beginning of my career as a teacher and as a coach, one of my biggest goals was to become a New York Times bestselling author. And, my work featured on national TV, and this was a biggie for me because I felt the accomplishment of it all represented a milestone that would cause my life to dramatically change for the better. And I had already created an amazing life. When I got the call from my literary agent that my third book had hit the number 5 spot on the New York Times list, I was so excited. And I happened to be at the mall with Alex and Maxim, who were 3 and about a year and a half at the time. And I kneeled down to them and, to see them in their double stroller and said, "Mommy's a New York Times bestselling author." And they looked at me like I was just speaking a completely different foreign language. It didn't make them love me any more than they already did. It didn't make my husband change the way he looked at me or how much love he had for me, because he already loved me for me, not what I accomplished. After about a day of celebrating the, milestone that I'd really worked for many years, I actually started feeling a little sad and depressed, because here I was, finally a New York Times bestselling author. I had appeared on the Today Show and many other national TV spots, and my life had not changed overnight the way I had imagined it would. So in fact, my life was exactly the same as it was before, which again was a nice life, but the accomplishment of my new title did not meet the expectations that I had, and I felt really deflated. Yes, doing TV appearances was fun, and yes, having the title of best-selling author gave me more credibility in the eyes of other people. But for me, inside, it didn't do a thing. If anything, it actually felt less fulfilled. Because if that didn't do it, well, then I don't know what would. So I was searching for external things, that we would hope would make us feel good. Inside is really the cause of much of our unhappiness. This outside-in approach to happiness disconnects us from the true source of our creative power and takes us further away from the essence of how we want our lives to look and feel. Manifestation is not about creating from the outside in, like many of us were taught. It's not the experiences, the people, or the things that we desire that bring us the joy. It's the joy that brings us the experiences and the people and the things that we desire. On one hand, running after all these things, trying to accomplish what I had was great, but on the other hand, the things I've created were never what I really was seeking. Although it was disguised as a goal to become a New York Times bestselling author, what I actually was seeking was my own connection to myself and to the energy of feeling full. Everything that exists in our outer world of form, including all living beings, all inanimate objects, so too the inner world of our thoughts, feelings, perceptions, desires, beliefs, is also made up of energy. So take a moment to close your eyes. See if you can feel the energy that's pulsating throughout your body right now. You are literally made up of energy. All energy generates an electromagnetic field which vibrates at a particular frequency. And this vibration can be felt, even if it can't be seen. Our own particular vibration is transmitted through the airwaves like a radio signal and it's registered by everyone and everything around us. And in the same way that magnet is attractive to steel, we draw to ourselves energy that resonates at a similar frequency to our own. The people, situations, and experiences that come into our lives are always a perfect vibrational match to the frequency that we're sending out through the actions that we take, the words that we speak, and most significantly, through the thoughts, the beliefs, the conclusions, the perceptions, and the feelings that we dwell on in the privacy of our own hearts and minds. Even if we never voice them, they're silently but powerfully conveyed into all that is, because the universe that we live in reads and responds not to our words, but to our vibration. All that we manifest and all that we don't manifest into our lives is governed by this process of attraction. So to learn more about the law of attraction, you can watch the video that is specific to law of attraction, and I'll also be talking about this in depth in the next show that we're gonna see next week. So please leave me a comment and let me know how this information has impacted you. Let's continue the conversation. And as always, if you haven't already done so, please go to ChristyWhitman.com and join the family. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and family. And just remember, the universe is friendly and is always working for you. It is always supporting you in whatever you're asking for. And you ask by your energy and vibration that you send out. You can have your it and your all. Start looking for your all, having it all moments. And go ahead, and because right now you're able to buy and purchase and enjoy the art of having it all. Have a great week.
I am the artist of my painting. I am the driver of my car. I am the director of my play. And baby, I'm the star.
Are you ready to have it all? When you pre-order your copy of The Art of Having It All today, not only will you get instant access to the digital ebook version that you can read right now, but you'll also get access to over 102 other celebrity interviews where they share their secrets on how they created a life of having it all. Click the link below to discover how you can start having it all right now.